Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. I forgot to talk about this. They tried it and it failed once again. So now that we have this incident in Colorado, always Colorado, man, where you had some lunatic that went and massacred 10 people, including the cop. And guess what? Was taken into custody alive. This guy actually shot people. But somehow, some way, he get taken into custody. But if you a black dude, if they even think you got a weapon on you, they gonna gun you down. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is just Nolan Boyd. This is just neither here or there. We know what time it is. You know, at the end of the day, the Mayonnaise Nation don't have the guts to just tell the truth that there's a racial preference and indifference on how black people are treated versus others. But nevertheless, I want to talk about this incident that happened in San Francisco, you know, with an elderly lady who basically had to defend herself. And I say good for her for defending herself. But the funny thing was, she had to defend herself against, well, guess who? Wasn't the brother. And I knew it had to be a Caucasian or a non-black because they was hesitant to show this dude's picture across the TV screen. So you already knew. You already knew what was going on. But yet you have the media constantly trying to blame black people. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at a lot of black people funny that's co-signing this shit. Because at the end of the day, they have people they answer to. And, you know, they answer to the Powdered Milk Village. But I'm just looking at them funny style. I'm looking at everybody funny style. But at the end of the day, this is just another learning curve for the black community that's in denial about what's going on. You know, like I said before, we already know that most of these attacks are not being, are not being provoked or, you know what I'm saying, initiated by black people. We know who it is. You know what I'm saying? This is just real talk. Once again, if you look at the FBI statistics, they say 60% of most hate crimes are by, guess you know who. And then the rest are by other. But you would think that black people is responsible for all the evil in the world. When we have the less amount of power, it's difficult for us to get anything. How can we be a terrorist group when they make it next to impossible for us to obtain weapons, to be financially stable? You got to understand, it costs money to funk. It costs money to go to war. And most of us don't have the resources to go to war because they put in obstacle after obstacle to keep us from ever catching up. It will always be an uneven playing field. And I'm just keeping it 100. But come to find out, they said that this dude had like punched another elderly person that was like in their 80s. But this lady beat the hell out of this dude and bust him up. But of course, San Francisco's finest didn't want to call it a hate crime. But yet, if a black person and an Asian person get into an argument over jumping in line, it's racial. It's a hate crime. Oh, we're attacking Asians. We're harassing Asians. Look, man, I just came from a mall once again. Came from the mall, came from the gas station, came from Walmart. A whole bunch of Asians. They actually talking to me. But I didn't want to talk to their asses. Because ain't nothing to talk about. Just trying to make casual conversation about clothes and all that shit. One dude was Asian trying to make casual conversation about some jeans. I walked away from his ass. Straight up. Yeah, it's like that. Because y'all made it like that. When y'all come clean and say, hey, it's not mostly black people attacking us, it's mostly white people. Because that's who mostly doing it. So when y'all come clean, then whatever. And it still ain't gonna be all good. So you can stop your little signs and your posters talking about black, brown, and Asian solidarity. You had a chance to do that years ago, and you didn't want to do it. So you own your own. Real talk. Since you blaming black people, and you know that the media, the lamestream white ran media is lying on black people, you part of the problem. So that means you in on it. So you in the same category with them. I'm out.